the elephant. He was cursed by whom? Some of the Indra or somebody cursed or something. So he got a body of a Gaja, elephant. And also another Jaksa. Jaksa means he became a Jaksha. Another person, celestial somebody, he also got cursed and he was born in the body of a crocodile. And they happened to be together in the same lake, and the elephant wanted to drink water, and she came, and crocodile caught him. And crocodile caught, and then he was fighting, the elephant was fighting with crocodile to get out, but it was ultimately pulled him and was going to, and that time this elephant, who is actually a holy man, but because cursed he has become an elephant. He prayed to, oh Lord, please help me, help me, help me. He remembered the Lord. And as he remembered the Lord, so the Lord came and destroyed the crocodile. So crocodile was also freed from his crocodile body, went back to the celestial body because of the prayer of the elephant, who is in the elephant body. Though in the elephant body, remembering God, that the soul who was in the elephant body got freed. So the glory of the bhakti, devotion, if you remember God, even in utmost condition, in any way forget other time, but once remembering can give you liberation. And because you a devotee, you are craving for God, that non-devotee also get freed from the crocodile. He didn't pray.
So you're saying they both died?
Both died means both are killed by the God Krishna or Narayana. So that was the story. If the Lord blessed the, let's say 105 above, if the Lord blessed Gajendra, Gajendra means that elephant, embodied elephant person, because he was his devotee, is he not showing partiality? This objection is answered. The other verse which read that wealth, 59 verse, just I'm quickly reading that verse on page 104 bottom. Wealth, high birth, beauty, austerity, learning, energy, impressive personality, power, strength, manliness, intelligence, yoga powers, none of these are parallel to bhakti. That is the thing. He said, none of these good qualities even I deem is sufficient qualification to worship Lord Hari Krishna and win his grace. Only devotion can. It's a big bhakti book. So bhakti book will emphasize that only bhakti, devotion, can take you to God. This austerity, you are doing learning many books and scriptures and this and that. That is only they can give you, but not this freedom. What we are thinking about. Yeah. না 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 ওর মতো বসুন না ওরকে কোথায় ঠেলে ঠেলে দিচ্ছ come here, you can sit here, you two can sit here and you can sit there here. Sit. So that is the I am here Prahlada is, this is the story telling the children. Prahlada is talking about the glory of bhakti, that nothing that wealth, beauty, etc., etc., your energy, your impressive personality, your strength, power, every intelligence and everything, even you are practicing yoga, there is none of these is sufficient qualification to worship Hari and win his grace. That means loving devotion alone gives that. You love God with all your heart. That gives you this grace. The Lord was pleased with Gajendra. That is the story I told. The elephant chief who had no qualification other than devotion. and see that glory of the, not only the Gajendra who was the elephant chief, he was saved, but also by his grace the crocodile, he also got freed from the crocodile body. You may say, oh, his crocodile was killed. That is not the point. Here God released him from the crocodile body and he got the divine body. So it is only bhakti of the Gajendra, that means elephant, head of the elephant community, huh, who was actually a holy man, Gajendra, who was in the reference of this episode is Gajendra Moksha in the Bhagavat, a pious king, a pious king was cursed on the page 105. Look at page 105. A pious king was cursed by a sage for some misdeed to become an elephant. Similarly, there was a Gandharva. Gandharva means celestial being. He was cursed to be a crocodile. As the leader of the elephant herd, the king under curse entered the lake inhabited by the crocodile, became Gandharva. Who had become Gandharva, become crocodile. So the elephant king was caught by the crocodile, and there was a very long struggle, at the end of which the former, that means the elephant, about to be dragged down and killed by his opponent, the crocodile. Crocodile was pulling the elephant and dragging him down to kill. The elephant got the memory of his devotional past. Even in the elephant body, he thought, because of his samskara, his devotion came and he cried for God. Oh Lord, help me, help me. Called upon Lord Mahavishnu with all his intensity of his soul as Saranagata. Oh, I take refuge in. Saranagata means refuge. One who has taken complete and unreserved shelter under the Lord. The Lord Vishnu came to the scene and cut off the head of the crocodile with his chakra and liberated the elephant as also the crocodile from their animal bodies and gave them oneness with his spirit. So see the glory of God. Bhakti school teaches that even being in the crocodile body, by the grace of a bhakta, a king who was cursed to go to the lower animal, elephant body, but being in that body also, he remembered Lord and got the grace of Lord come so quickly and liberated him. Liberation means that soul went into live with the Krishna. So that is the point. Both the soul, that would have taken long time. If the crocodile have eaten the elephant, then what would have happened? Another birth will go on. But because the curse, though cursed in animal body, he thought of the Lord. So glory of the bhakti. Now, the verse 60 said, O Lord, wonderful are your deeds. And as a mere play, you have manifested in the whole universe with the inconceivable power of your Yoga Maya. Whenever God comes down, God of the world, how he can take a human body? Is by Yoga Maya. In Vedanta is called Maya, cosmic Maya. By his own Maya. He overpowering his own Maya, he takes a human body. Infinite God cannot take a human body. How can this small human body be enough for the Lord of the universe? This whole galaxy, stars, and all this creation going into void and created. How come possible for a ordinary human being like us? But it is his Yoga Maya. By his power of the Maya, he has did this miracle. So, and thou art all-knowing is a praise. O Krishna, O Narayana, you are all-knowing. And you reside in everything as its soul. And all beings are like you, alike to you. Yet it looks as if you are partial in being specially fond of your devotees. Someone may say that crocodile and everyone is you should be equal. But why did you came and killed the crocodile first. Your partiality, you are protecting your bhakta, and you are somebody who is abhakta, you are killing. So you are not God then. God should be equal to. Sun does not make a discrimination whether it will give light to the holy and don't give light to the unholy. Sun does not say, "Oh, I'll give light to the top of the what you call the temple, and I will not give light to the filthy water in the drain." He does not. So you are God. Is it not your partiality that you are, because Gajendra called upon you and you immediately came and cut the body of the crocodile? Then this question may come. So that question has been put, and the response is that this, however, is not due to partiality. Bhagavat says, teaches, no, it is, God is not partial, but because you are the nature of Kalpataru, the heavenly wish shielding tree. Heavenly tree, wish shielding tree is such, you pray whatever, God grants you. So that is the, what is the note then? Kalpataru grants whatever you wish. Who approach it, and not of those who fail to do so. In this, we cannot attribute partiality to Kalpataru. Even so, God blesses all who approach Him and surrender to Him. That is the way. You cannot say uh, fire is partial. Fire is partial. Who goes close to the fire, he gets the heat. Fire is not partial. Fire is there. You have to go close. God is here. You should approach. If you don't approach, it is here, but He is there, you are there. We don't care. So don't blame God, but He is partial to this. Don't blame the sun. That sun is partial to holy only, and He does not like the unholy. No, both. Air does not go for the good people only, spiritual people, and not to the people criminals. Air blows for everyone. So God is like that. And who takes and does not take, who accepts, who does not accept. So because anyone who accepts, God reveals to him more clearly. That is the, so don't put blame on God. Don't think that God is partial. Rather you say, he who calls upon God, he feels the blessing of the Lord. Actually it's so, no, God is all the time here. When God realizes, what happens when God realization comes? When God realizes, you cry and cry and cry. Oh Lord, please show your divine form. Ramakrishna cried, oh Ma, come, show your example. And then what happened? And Makali appeared. No. But Makali appeared, why not to others? Makali is partial. No, not partial. Makali is still now there. It was there, it is there. But one who cried for that, he got the vision. So this is the way of guarding, just argument to say that God is good. Don't blame it. We may blame that we are doing so much japa, prayer, and nothing happening. And it is happening to that Gajendra, even not doing any austerity, leading in the life of an elephant, and being the king of the elephant. Because he was king of the human world, so he is born as the king of the elephant herd. But it was the elephant body. It was a lower level of body. And in that body, there is less scope for thinking about God. But because of his samskara in the previous life, when he was cursed, cursed means it is not his nature. His nature is good, but did something wrong, so some sage cursed him. But when he remembered, God appeared. So this emphasis is that God is not partial. You pray to God, you feel His presence. And someone who does not, he does not get it. But it is not the partiality. Like a human being, we are partial. I love someone more, I love someone less. It's human personality. God is not like that. This, however, is not due to partiality, but because you are the nature of Kalpataru. So Kalpataru, if a man fails to do so, ask for God's blessing, to get his blessing. The blame should not go to a man and not to God. Okay, now on page 106, this is Sanskrit. Shall we, how many are ready to chant the Sanskrit?
Yes, you already chanted.
You already chanted?
I think so.
Today?
Not today.
The other time. Okay, so we read the English then. Seeing his mother fatigued with exertion, her hair. Oh my! Why did it came from suddenly?
That's right.
The Sukha
That's right.
Shuka
on how God is fond of loving
devotion.
you. Is it another story or what?
Yes.
It may be another story. Hey,
That's the
mother
Damodar
and
story,
Jashoda.
man. That's the Damodar story.
This is the mother and Jashoda. No, the naughty Krishna did something, and the mother Jashoda wanted to tie the baby and keep him in one point so that he does not go and disturb others. So mother brought some rope, and then baby Krishna become little bigger, and mother is trying to collect another piece of rope and tied with it and make a bigger rope and tried to do that. But when she tried, by that time he has become bigger. So as much mother is trying to bring rope added to the old rope to make it bigger, and he is becoming much bigger and much bigger. And mother becoming so tired. So her hair is disabled and sweating like that. Is giving a very realistic picture how a naughty boy creating trouble for mother. Huh? And when he actually showed his kindness. So see, seeing his mother fatigued with exertion, the mother was struggling to catch Krishna, but tried and could not do it. But she was out of compassion, out of love. When fatigued with exertion, her hair disabled, and the floral decoration thereupon loosened. Krishna, out of compassion for her, the mother, the mother, acquiesced. What is this? Acquiesce?
Like surrendering.
Agrees.
Acquiesce.
Surrender. More of a surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Surrendered in being bound by her robe. It is not, you cannot bind the Lord. No. Lord becomes bound by his own kindness to give you darshan. The same again, it's another example. The Krishna is the Lord himself. You know earthly power or any rope or anything you can create to bind. Come in. Yeah. You come for anything else?
Did you come
Do you
for the
ask
class?
asking for something or you are for the class? Oh. You can come here, there is many seats. Go behind. Thus did Hori, the Lord, show how he means the capital, the Lord and controller of everything, allows himself to be subjugated by a devotee. Neither Brahma, nor Shiva, nor Sri Devi, who is always associated with the Lord, has been the recipient of such great favor from him who is the bestower of mukti, as Yashoda was. That neither philosophers nor contemplatives can attain to the Lord with as much ease as those who are endowed with loving devotion. See here again, glorification of the bhakti. Huh? God is so big, you cannot tie him with your limited thing. Your meditation, you cannot hold him, he is so big. Your meditation, you have to die. Your chitta should die. Chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta should be nirodha, no chitta. Then only you know who is God. Huh? And you should jnana. You have to analyze, and this and that. It is a long process. This bhakti school I am talking about. But you see, Jashoda didn't go to any school. Yashoda is just thinking, he knows that the Lord of the world is there, Krishna. God is giving different taste, no? My mother, I didn't eat butter. And mother says, hey, you eat butter? Huh? What is in your mouth? No, ma, I didn't eat. Look at me. And as the mother, the baby opened the mouth, mother saw the whole universe in the mouth of Krishna. No. But how she got it. She didn't go to study Vedanta. She didn't go to do any yoga because of love. She loved the Lord as baby Krishna. That's why Krishna appeared before. The Lord appeared, though he's a baby, playing like that, as a mother plays with the child, but giving the cosmic vision. In the mouth, the whole cosmos, all stars and galaxies and everything. In the movie, sometimes they show, no? The baby Krishna is opening the mouth, and in the mouth you see the whole universe with all the created universes there. So she got it? She was not a philosopher. She didn't go for yoga school. She was not doing anything, only by devotion. So it is glory of the devotion.
When Krishna saw the universe, when Arjuna saw the universal vision, he was terrified.
Yeah.
What about Krishna's mother?
What happened? I don't know what happened.
She was also terrified.
She was
Looking at
also
the whole universe in her baby's mouth.
It happened with Ramakrishna also. One day Ramakrishna was born. At that time, it's a baby Krishna, a baby Godai. And mother put her into the bed and put the baby in the bed and went for some chorwa. And as mother is affectionate, occasionally coming and peeping in and seeing how is the baby. And suddenly she entered into the room and found the baby is gone. He's a big man, huge. He's lying in the bed. And she got so scared, she cried out. And other people assembled, what happened? Well, my baby is gone. And there's a man who is lying in the bed. In the bed is much bigger than the man. It's a huge man. In the Lila Prasanga you can find it. And then when this commotion is going on, then again Ramakrishna, a mother came and saw, but the baby is playing like the same. That means always showing that I am not human. This vision, these experiences, they got by loving the baby only. God as baby. Chandramani Devi had that type of experience without much effort, as a yogi, as a jnani can do. This is saying we are reading this book Bhakti, we have to focus on the point. If we don't get the point, then we can clutter around. Main thing is that Bhakti is very easy, and by Bhakti you can supersede many other things. Many other serious practices you may not have to do, but you can attain the same result of God realization. It is said, like most of the people know, with simple faith, they have much different experience, no? Which this faith, simple faith. Many ordinary, you go to Catholic churches and there people are putting some candle and this and that. Some people will find so much faith in Mother Mary. Sometimes they see Mother Mary alive, no? Many stories we can find like that in the churches, in the temples. That they are not very highly educated people or know the philosophy of this, that, but because of the simple faith. So that part is being emphasized here. These stories are to give that. Neither, that's why the last word was, neither philosophers nor contemplatives can attain to the Lord with as much ease as those who are endowed with a loving devotion. Now, now the page 107, there's 65 and 66. Just let us read as much as we can. Slowly, very slowly. Shreyaha Shruting Bhaktim Udassate Vibho Kleshyanti Ye Kevalo bodhasiddhaye tesham asau kleshalayeva shishyate nanyad yatha sthula tusavadhatinam pureha bhuman bahavopi yogina tadarpiteha nija karma labdhya vibudhya bhaktaiva kathopanitaya prapedire anjo achyuta te gating param. Bhagavad is very, Sanskrit is so deep, difficult, even very, what you call classic Sanskrit in the early times. So it is very difficult. Let us go to the meaning. O Lord, those who have abandoned the path of pure devotion to thee. Who is saying? It is Brahma is saying. Brahma's prayer to God. So see, Brahma on devotion, the royal road to the Lord. Brahma, when he is praising the Narayana, so one of the prayer, there it is said, this is the Brahma is underquote. Who is giving this statement in the Bhagavad? Brahma gave that. So what is said? That those who abandon the path of pure devotion to you, which is the source of all spiritual upliftment, and struggle through the path of discrimination for the attainment of unmodified consciousness, their gain is only the pain of thankless labor and nothing else. That is the way fanaticism comes. If people reading in this way superficially, if they try to understand, he is talking pure bhakti. Don't think any bhakta. Pure bhakti is high level. Who have done enough crying and weeping for God. That bhakti they are talking about. Not that I go into the shrine and wave one incense and one flower. I am a bhakta. Not that bhakta. It's a preliminary bhakta. These are mature bhakta who really feel the presence of the Lord there. So that type of bhakta. So that is a pure devotion. You see, what is pure devotion? Those who don't give up that path of real love for God and study the scriptures, the Pandits, the scholars, if they do, they are only troubling themselves. They are Krishanti. Krishanti means they are tormenting themselves with intellectual, trying to understand. Suppose really we are talking about Brahma Sutra yesterday with our Tattvamayananda. Spend about 1 hour or more. So when even one paragraph of it took more than 1 hour, only one paragraph. It can be one day. So much thing is there, so much contextual thing is there, and sometimes we do not know that. If you want to know that intellectually, and then try to understand the truth which is given in the Brahma Sutra, Brahman alone is true. Ultimate truth is what? Brahman alone is true. God alone is true. After all this discussion, what is the conclusion? You do discrimination, you do austerity, you do whatever you do. Conclusion is God is only real. No? So, when he was talking, so many philosophies and this and that, really, you have to mature yourself for knowing first the philosophy. Karma Kando, the Mimamsa, what the Mimamsa does. Mimamsa Shastra says that you have to do work in proper way. And Mimamsa Karma with desired end, earthly gain. That is the way the Karma Kando is established. You do this karma, you will get this result. You want to go to Indraloka, do this yoga. And there is Poshubadha. Poshubadha means animal sacrifice. Huh? And it was, you have to do how to cut the animal. There are stages. How you have to cut the animal and offer it to God. That science to know that type of torture of the animal and this and all this objective. And is it not a trouble? Why not cry for God? Parallelly, two words are coming. It's good. If one likes to do that, do that. But this karma kando can take you to different planes of heaven. You can get it. But it does not give you freedom. Again, you have to come back. Why not you cry for God, which is so spontaneous? Tell, oh Lord, you are there. Please show me your divine form. I want to see you. Is it not easier? But it is not easy. We know. We may say when we talk, but to feel and experience and then cry for God in that way, it takes long, long practice and purity of the heart. But taken for, that's why pure bhakti. Pure bhakti, giving up the path of pure bhakti, and actually in one time in India, it becomes so difficult. It is all philosophy, philosophy, philosophy. Karma Kanda and Shankara's major, all the bhasas, all the commentaries if you see, is fighting all the time because Karma Kanda is so dominant. And they think Karma Kanda going to heaven, this is the goal. And this is the lower goal. Who cares for going to heaven if it is not permanent? And then you go come back again, do something and go again to heaven. Huh? Why are you doing that? Why not say to have his experience, his presence? Let us have that. So that in that context it is saying, Brahma is saying, it is a turmoil and torture or your exhaustion of your energy by only intellectualizing this, scholarly debating. So give up those things. That's why their gain is only if they do that, giving up the pure path of simple love for God and crying and weeping for God, which is very natural for masses because we cry and weep for material things. If we lose our friend, then we cry. If we lose some money, then we really get tensed and overwhelmed. And then, like that, if we can cry for God, it's a good thing. And that is a simpler thing because we do for other things. Why not for God? So, for they are like persons milling mere husk and chaff that has no grain in it. Some people are busy with the husk. They don't want to care for the grain. And most of the time, philosophy, intellectualism, intellectual, that's why it's called jugglery. Jugglery because they don't go to the taste the sugar. Like, like chewing the, chewing the sugar cane. Sugar cane, it's very difficult to chew. And before you get to suck the honey, you may cut your throat unless you take a peel of the covering. So most of the time we do chew with the covering. So it is an intellectual fight. You read, really, we don't understand the significance of these words unless you read the life of, say, Ramanuja. You read the life of Ramanuja, how you will see he is Guru. What is Porno? What name? Panchaporno. Kanchiporno. Porno. Kanchipuram is the birthplace.
No, not that. He's
Guru. Kanchipurna. So he became jealous. He was a dry intellectual. And Ramanuja, he didn't like that. Anyhow, so he didn't like that. That his guru, he went to learn the scriptures so that he can grow love for God. But his guru is dry intellectual. And day and night teaching about intellectual things never is a test of the inner content. So what happened? And he is a very brilliant. Ramanuja is extraordinarily brilliant. And that brilliant boy, he is learning everything, but he does not like this only dry intellectualism. And but then the teacher become very upset that he will misunderstand and explain the Shankara's philosophy and other things. That's why he is becoming an obstacle in our life. So he wanted to kill his Ramanuja. And how to kill? He talked, make a group of other disciples and consulted. What can he do? You boys see how he is going against Sankara? And probably after getting out of our school, then what he will do? He will start a new philosophy and contradicting Sankara. Then what will happen? It will ruin everything. So, what to do? We should have to get out of him. So they chalked a plan. Plan to kill him. How to do? They said, okay. So they planned that the Guru will go for a pilgrimage and all these children, all the disciples will also go with him to have his pilgrimage. So all are going to pilgrimage. But plan is that they will go inside to the track of a forest area and then they will kill him and then go for and they will say, oh, some animal has eaten away. That was their plan. And actually, when he was going with the Guru and the disciples, they have the plan. He didn't know anything. He is thinking, I am going with the Guru for a pilgrimage. Some of the disciples, one of his cousin, anyhow, that cousin, so he was in the group. He heard the conspiracy and whispered in the ears of Ramanuja. So Ramanuja thought, oh my God, this is the situation. What to do? He just left the group, fall behind, and gradually escaped in the denser forest. And he went into dense forest. At least the animals will eat, but I don't want to be killed by them. So that was the idea. So he was going, and by God's grace, he find one hunter. He met a hunter. Then when he met the hunter, hunter was very pleased with him, Ramanuja, and then said, oh, I have lost my path, please help me. And hunters know the secret path in the deep forest and took that and said, this is your village, go. And then by that way he went back to his home much earlier before the team of the Guru and the disciples. They went their path and came back. When they came back, they saw already Ramanuja. He is not killed, he is not destroyed. And they made a fake show. Ah, Ramanuja, the poor guy, where did they live? Did he die or alive? And just came to report that Ramanuja is dead. So their problem is gone. But Ramanuja is already there in the ashram. And they came back. See, the jealousy there for Guru, for the disciple to kill the disciple because he is intellectually becoming strong. And this dry intellectualism is not appealing to him. That's why he is getting more absorbed in God, and that he cannot tolerate. And also there are different stories when the Shiva devotees, they become powerful and they influence the king. So the king enforces the Shiva idea in the whole kingdom. Then you are a Vaishnava devotee, you will have to be Shiva. Otherwise your life is in hell. Be sure those are restrictions, regulations, charging them, not being a Shiva devotee. Shiva is the highest, so you should have to be a Shiva devotee. And where again, Vishnu is predominant. Vishnu is the god. The Shiva devotees are in trouble. As in everywhere it is happening nowadays. Muslim, Hindu, Jews, Christian, like that. Whoever is powerful, that they want to do. So this type of problem comes, no? So that type of intellectualism is being discouraged here. But they are like persons milling mere husk or chaff that has no grain in it. Oh, one decaying one, many a yogi in the past, finding this, that the discipline of yoga failed to give him ananda or spiritual joy, They dedicated all his practices to thee, and by virtue of his past good deeds, and by contemplation of your glories and attributes, attained pure devotion, and through that illumination and your highest state. So, by devotion, they tried to follow the path of analysis or meditation. Gita suggests sometimes, no? Tapasya bodhigo yogi, yogi bhascha matadiki gyani. Gyani bhascha yogi, tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. You know, yogi is higher than the bhakta, than the gyani. Always that type of statement will come, but we have to understand is spoken from one perspective. And that perspective, if the tendency of a person is bhakti, he will progress easily. It will help them to think that love God, that is much easier than going to the path of intellectualism for 10 years, 20 years. Previously, there is the rule. You want to study any scripture, you will have to go to first to know the Vedic Karma Kanda, first of all know the grammar, then recite the mantra, memorize that mantra, then do that yogic, all this offering and sacrifice and this and that. Then long time doing that, going to heaven, coming back, going to heaven, coming back. Huh? And then afterwards you feel it is meaningless. Then you will love God. So this why to go to this cumbrous, long, lengthy path? Why not love God? So this is the inspiration, and Brahma praised the Narayana in this way. Uddhava complimenting Nanda for his loving devotion. What Uddhava is, Nanda, you know Nanda? Nanda is who? The king of the cowherd community. He is Nanda. So Uddhava, you know, the Mahagyani, Uddhava Sangmad, the 11th chapter, that book is available, last message of Krishna, that is Uddhava Sangmad. That Uddhava, the conversation with Uddhava and Krishna. So there in that part, he is praising the Nanda. Nanda means the king of the cowherd community.
What kind of community, Swamiji?
The
Cowherd.
cowherd.
Okay.
He raised
Okay.
Krishna.
Okay.
In his family only,
Uh-huh.
Krishna was, the body of Krishna was given and Mahamaya was taken away.
Right.
That is
He
exchanged.
was the foster.
Yeah, first. So, what he says is devotion. He is praising the devotion of Nanda. Uddhava being a Gyani, par excellence. He is saying, hey, see, look at that. We have no such devotion. You have such devotion. Why God has born in your home? You have to pray God, oh God, give your vision. But what a fortune! God has come to your home and is calling you as dad, mom, my father, and you are playing with your God as like your own son. What is your greatness? What is your bhakti? So glory, that glorification of the devotion. So let us chant slowly. Tasmin bhavantau akhilatmahetu Narayani Karanamatya Bhavam Vidhattan Nitarang Mahatman King Baba Shishtam Jivayostu Krityam. So great ones, you two means who? The foster mother and father. Nanda and Jasoda, the father and mother of Krishna. You are tasmat, therefore, bhavanto, akhila atma hetu. You are because of your, what is that? Because of what? Are established in the attitude of parental love. 5 moods of love. You can love God as in 5 ways. What is that? Shanta bhav. Shanta bhav is seeing God everywhere. There is the monastic bhav to practice. God is in every heart. Dasya, I am your servant, like the Hanumanji. Lord is my master and the husband. Shanta dasya. Shakha, friendship, like that of Arjuna. Or what is called Sudama and others who in the Krishna's childhood days. And then Shakha. Vatsalya, this is the Vatsalya. Vatsalya is God is my child. I have to take care. As like Chandra Devi and Kshudira in this Ramakrishna's area. No? Joseph and Mary, the Lord of the universe, as Christ born in that family. No? And how the father and mother are watching them as their own son, worried about when the boy is not missing. And they left one place and suddenly found that Christ is not, Jesus is not available. And the mother got worried and dad got worried. And then came back again and found that he is preaching among the scholars. No? Then mother said, why are you back? We are all searching for you. And what the child says? Am I not doing my father's work? I am doing my father's work. See, they have a mission. They come, glimpses of that. How much, and they play like a little child. And mother and father, they are actually looking down them that they are dependent on the mercy of the father. Mother will give food, that's why he will do some naughty play, and mother will chastise. And they say, no, I didn't drink, I didn't eat butter, I didn't do any nonsense, they are only complaining against me, ma. Like that. So, all this, say, what a loving relationship. God of the universe is playing like that. So, how fortunate you are, Jasoda. How fortunate you are, O Nanda. Uddhava was saying, you have excelled the glory of all because God is under you. So that's the devotional, a huge element in devotion. So then Sri Krishna, who is no other than the human embodiment of Narayana, the soul and source of all beings, having therefore reached life's fulfillment, what other duty have you got to perform? So now you are not to do anything. Yeah, you have achieved the result of your whole sadhana because your God is your child and under your control. Whether Thakur is to sing, Ami mukti dite kator noi, Ami shuddha bhakti dite kator hoi go. I am not at all worried. It is easy thing to give liberation. You ask me liberation, I can give you. But don't ask me to give you love, devotion. What happened? Bhaktiro karon, nandero bhavan. Because of bhakti, this Nanda and Mother Jashoda, because of their bhakti, I am to be born there. I have to carry their problems. All the demons are coming to Nanda's house, sent by Kangsha, and he, the baby, he will have to take care of that, to kill everyone and protect the problems. Indra is getting mad. So he will not give, he will flood the whole world. And then he has to put the finger and hold the whole mountain, Govardhan. So for those purposes, he has to do this, all this thankless job. No? So how fortunate is your devotion? So, if when you think of the devotion aspect, these are wonderful stories to say that what a great fortune you have done. Bhakto, Gyani will be saying, oh Lord, appear, appear, and once he will appear and then go away. Finish. Once appear and you are free. Once darshan is done. But now darshan is continuous 24 hours. Like a baby, mother is taking care from the birth as it does. So what a great fortune. That's why Chandra Devi, when Ramakrishna was born. So could you imagine the glory of that lady? Glory, she is an ordinary lady. She didn't go to school even, never. She does not know any sophisticated language. But she is with eyes open like this, seeing the gods and goddesses. One day, his elder brother, Ramakrishna's elder brother, Godai, elder brother, went to do some worship. He's a Brahmin caste, so went to do some worship. And getting delayed worship in mother's mind. He's a simple lady. She's waiting when the sun will come. And it delayed and delayed and delayed. Suddenly he saw one god. He said, Hase Chora Thakur. That divine god with effulgent form, which you call Bhishan, she is looking in the open eyes. The one god or the divine entity riding on a swan just came. And she even didn't care that what is this? He's a divine God. We would be excited, forgetting everything. She said, it is nothing. She said, did you see my son? Her simple question, did you see my son? And that deity, the divine God said, yes, yes. I saw he's gone to do the worship of that house and he's coming now. In his open eyes, he is seeing the gods and goddesses. Not praying, oh Lord, come and grace me. He's not praying to anybody. Gods are coming to him. Because the Lord of the universe is born in such devotion yet. So here the glorification that bhakti is so great. That's why though they didn't go to any school, though they didn't go. See, Ramakrishna is every day coming to the mother in the Dakshineshwar. He could not take the Gerua cloth while taking sannyas from Totapuri. Why? Because my mother will be feeling bad, seeing that I have become a monk. See, she told Totapuri condition, I will take your sannyas or instruction and everything, but I will not be able to wear the Gerua cloth. So much devotion. See, the Lord of the world is pleasing the mother not to hurt her sentiment. Every day Ramakrishna coming to her mother in the Nahavat, the next door where her mother Holy Mother used to live, and sit just near mother and touch her feet, take the dust of the feet. Ramakrishna, the Lord of the world, coming every day to a lady, taking the dust of her feet and saying, Ma, how are you? Did you sleep well? What? Same talk. What to talk with? Did you sleep? Did you eat? Are you happy? Are you this? Four, five sentences. But Ramakrishna is to do every day. So God is bound by the love of their pure devotion. So that is why Brahma is praising. Oh, you are so great. Uddhava is praying. Therefore, next one. Uddhava on how bhakti is generated. Now, Uddhava, in the Bhagavat, that 11th skanda, you can find there. So it is said that, you see, how you can generate love for God. Uddhava saying, Dana, Brata, Tapo, Homa, Japa, Swadhyaya, Sanjamai, Sreyobhir, Vividhaischannai, Krishne, Bhakti, Ishadhyate. So Dana, Broto, Dana is a charitable gift. Broto is the vows. We take a vow. I will fast, I will do this. Tapo, Homa, and all this, what you call, sacrificial fire for which austerity is done. Tapo, Homa, worship through the divine symbolic like fire. Japa, repetition of the holy name, divine name. Shraddhayo, the scriptural reading and study. And then Shraddhaya Samyami. Samyama means mental control, concentration, and several such disciplines, spiritually uplifting disciplines, generate loving devotion to Krishna. Here you know what he is saying? You want to love God the way Jashoda loved or Nanda loved. You are to do all these things that will purify your heart. Opposite way, Vedanta will say, you do bhakti, you do japa, you do this, so that your heart will be purified, and then your knowledge will come. These are all similar statement. Here, emphasis is there. How can you generate that type of bhakti, where God will be bound like your own son, one child, one. What punna? Only if you do for all the charitable activities, gifts you have given, the vows of special vows. I will do 1,000 japa, 10,000 japa vows. I will fast for these 40 days. I will do Purushcharana. This much japa, 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 japa high. And then japa, 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 japa come. All these things you are doing. Your the repetition of the holy name, worship through the divine symbol like fire, all the home of fire people do. All these actions can only purify your heart. So, doing this scriptural study as you are doing, or practicing of meditation, such spiritually uplifting disciplines, they generate not only all these. If you do for a long time, then only your heart will be pure. You will feel attraction for God, and you will be loving God, and then with so much intensity. Uddhava Penigric. Penigric. Meaning what? Penigric on the devotion of the gopis, in whom the highest form of loving devotion was manifest by the Lord's grace, even though they had not fulfilled all the above conditions. So I'll just read it, not to go to continue more. We'll next day again read it. So just we are reading it, the English translation quickly. But it says, how low is the condition of those cow herders, that means gopis, who belong to a group of nomads going from forest to forest in search of pastures, and who are corrupted by a loose sex relationship prevalent in their society. I do not know what was there, but anyway, that means saying these gopis whom you think they are like nomadic people. They have no culture. They are not taking the cowherd, grazing cowherds from one place to another place where there is pasture. So that type, and they have no noble character. That is the point. They are not that they are celibate, they are doing like a monk or like a nun, like a devotee. They are not like that. But, and how inconceivably distant from that state is this deep-seated and powerful longing of the soul for the Supreme Lord Krishna, as we see manifested in them. How they got this love. On one side, they are not that pure, not that their life is dedicated to God day and night, not that they are meditating, not they are doing puja day and night, but this nomadic life. But apparently they are. But where they got such devotion as gopis had, they could not bear a moment separated from the Lord. It appears that just as an efficacious medicine cures a person even if he does not know its value, we do not know the value of one dose of very medicine which can cure. At least a person is dying. What is that? When one is dying, just give one drop of medicine in the tongue and he regains faint. He was going to be fainted. So such valuable medicine like God's name, how that efficacious medicine which cures a person even if he does not know the value. We do not know the name of the value of the Lord's name, but that name that gives them the fresh life. The Lord who bestows the supreme good on the devotee who loves and serves him heart and soul, even though the devotee is uncultured and is not therefore aware of his greatness and majesty. Neither the heavenly damsel nor even Sri Devi, who is ever engrossed in him, got the blessings of the Lord to the same extent as did these Gopikas of Braja, Vrindavan, who had the rare good fortune to have Sri Krishna rest his arms on their shoulders in the Rasa dance. What then to speak of other devotees? How fortunate would I be to become a grove, a creeper, or a plant in the Vrindavan in order to be covered with the dust of the feet of these Gopikas, who abandon their relatives, virtues, conduct, as understood in the world, and sought after the feet of Krishna, the quest of even the Vedas. There is one of the very powerful verse which says to get the dust of the feet of gopis, because they are so pure. They abandon their husband, their family, their children. And when the Krishna played the flute, Rasa Lila, we call the play and the Rasa, in the Rasa Lila. And someone is cooking meal for the mother-in-law, father-in-law. Someone is feeding the baby milk. Someone is serving the ailing husband. Someone is doing something cooking. Forget about all duties. That's the point. A call for God comes and one can abandon all other duties and just love for the Lord. So that love is what a love. Ordinary love, the same thing may happen, but it is for a human being. But when the same intensity goes for God, what a fortune. Huh? And they are the epitome of all examples of devotion. They are dust, feet. That's why you are to get Krishna, you are to get the grace of the gopis. They call Radharani. But anyway, it's a devotional book giving that sense that these gopis are so great. Even apparently you see, they are illiterate, they are uncultured, they are nomadic people, they have not very, very high born characters in their life, apparently. But you see, they love God so much. And because of that love, we can crave their blessings by touching their feet, getting their dust. So everyone goes to Vrindavan, sometimes they roll down on the ground, feeling that this is the place where gopis' feet were. Not Krishna. Krishna, to get Krishna, you go to first gopis. If you don't go to them, if they don't clear the path, then your door is blocked. So it is the glory of the devotion. Gopis are epitome or example, highest example of devotion. Okay? Tea time. So let us go for tea. Jai Thakur, Jai Thakur. So we'll read this next day. Next day is Thursday, no?
Yes.
Thursday. Okay,
Are you
Thursday.
back on
Yeah, Thursday, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jai. Come for the tea.